But there is some teams that got 4 wins right now that might be able to swap them out. So let's go over some of these 4-win teams, the best of the rest. Which of these 4-win teams do you think is going to be able to rise to the top, Iman? So we got a couple. And you know what's crazy? The fucking Panthers have 4 wins. The Carolina Panthers got 4 wins right now. What? So we got the Bills, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Seahawks, Packers, Bears, Steelers, Jags. We'll count the Cowboys with the tie because they're looking like their offense has been so damn good. So I think we have to take them very seriously. But they got the tie. They only got 3 wins. And then, like I said, the Panthers. So there's a lot of arguments to be made. We can go down and kind of talk about which one, but who you got a feel on anyone right now?
So week in and week out, everybody knows I'm actually not a Kansas City fan, but just Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes is starting to show people who they really are, what they really are. Rice got back this week, and they wasted no time with getting him the football. So that would be my obvious pick, but I don't always like to do obvious. So I'm going to go in Seattle because I think, listen, Sam Darnold is playing some of the best football. And granted, he had a great year with Minnesota last year, but I think he has less weapons in Seattle, and he's starting to, jump to the front and saying, hey, listen, I can carry an organization. And out of all the defensive coaches that I respect that guy in Seattle, McDonald. He's a young guy. He's always kind of calm, but he's a hell of a defensive coordinator. So I'm going to go with Seattle. And plus, I know that's a tough place to play. When they're home, that's a tough place to play them there. So hopefully they can win enough games to get some home field. But I'm going with Seattle because I think Sam Darnold is playing the best football of his life. Jackson and Jigba, oh my God, he's starting to show people why Ohio State receivers are just the greatest ever because, he's starting to really emerge as a superstar. And like I said, I also think that defense is going to continue to keep biting because they have one of the best coordinators at the head coaching, in the league. So like I said, everybody knows Chiefs until people just take the Chiefs out. That's just who I'm going with. But when I'm not picking them, I'm going to say Seattle. And honestly, I would have said the Cowboys. Now, I'm being honest. This hurt me. That offense is scary, though, Austin. I'm not going to lie.
It is.
With CeeDee Lamb back, Ferguson playing at the best he's ever played. And Dak Prescott, I watched this guy since he's entered the NFL. This is the best I've ever seen him play. And Brian Schottenheimer, for some odd reason, just knows what to call. And George Pickens having the greatest season he's had. That's a scary offense. Now, if they can beat in any game and have the ball last, they're going to have a chance to beat anybody. But that fucking defense, I'm not going to lie to you. Whatever's the best high school team in Washington, I'm pretty sure they can score on that fucking defense. So that's why I can't go with them. But goodness grief, that offense looked crazy. And I hate to say it because fuck the Cowboys, fuck Jerry Jones, fuck all the people who couldn't bring another championship back. Tony Romo, fucking Dez Bryant, all of y'all, fuck y'all. Listen, fuck y'all. But that's a scary offense. So who knows what they're going to be able to do. So, yeah.
Sounds like, and Javonte Williams. I don't even know if you said Javonte Williams. He's having a great season, resurgence, amazing. The thing that I'll start with your Seahawks quick, right? They are getting it done. Their run game has been lackluster. They got the second lowest EPA, and a lot of EPA talk today. So thank you, Sumer Sports, SUMER Sports for the data. Sumer Sports has a lot of great NFL data if y'all ever need it, but. JSN has become a superstar in front of our eyes. The Vikings got to be regretting letting Sam Darnold go right now. Even though Carson Wentz, man, for the Vikes, not bad, not great, but not bad. JJ McCarthy, man, I feel like Trevor Lawrence. I feel the same way about JJ. I just don't think it's going to happen. The thing I got a problem with the Seahawks, though, is they got a Rams problem. They got a 49ers problem. If those two teams, the Seahawks won't make the playoffs if both those teams finish ahead of them. It's just not going to happen. So they got a problem with the 49ers and Rams. And the 49ers probably got their best ball still to come is a scary thing. They're not healthy at all right now. And as much as I'm not a Brock Purdy believer, I don't think Mac Jones is anything special. Like, again, with how that offense is working right now as is, they don't got to be great. They just got to operate. And that's very doable. So, and then the Cowboys, like you said, man, that offense is nasty. But I seen the Packers try to win by hanging 40 points a week. They never got a Super Bowl out of it. Their defense was better than this one too. So I just don't see the Cowboys again. When you got one of the worst defenses in football, that we're talking about the most pass yards allowed in football right now, and the second most rushing yards allowed in football right now, the fourth worst EPA per play right now. That ain't gonna win you playoff games. It might win you one in the wild card, but sure as hell ain't winning you deep into the playoffs. I don't care if you chalk up 40, you're gonna give up 40. And like you said, who's got the ball last kind of thing. Thankfully for them, they got the best kicker in football. Brandon Aubrey can hit from 70.
Oh shit, yeah.
That guy's a weapon. With his leg needs to be a registered weapon. That thing is dangerous. And for me, with these other teams like Steelers, I'm just, they don't produce enough on offense. They're not an explosive offense by any means. They only got one receiver. Their depth is shit outside of that. And, their defense is getting exposed. The Bears, I'll keep an eye on the Bears. I can think the fact that they're winning and finding ways to win without much quarterback contributions right now is definitely a testament to Ben Johnson and that offense and what they got going. The defense is playing really, really well. And when you can win the turnover battle, that's generally speaking, going to help you win football games. And the Bills, to me, man, I'm a big, if I have to cheer for an AFC team, it's going to be the Bills. I think they got the best quarterback in football. I still think Drake May is playing the best right now, but I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in football. You can disagree. I think you probably would say it's Mahomes or.
Yes. Josh Allen keeps getting this hype every year.
I love Josh Allen.
Listen, I'm not saying he's not, but I think he gets too much hype. He doesn't get the same criticism that Lamar gets, that Dak gets. He doesn't win the games when they need to be won. He's back to turning over the ball. I just don't agree with him being the best quarterback in the AFC right now. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think Mahomes, they still made it deep, but Mahomes had a down year last year. I mean, I think Josh Allen, what he gives you is he's a better runner than Mahomes. Mahomes got the edge as a passer. Allen's got the runner with his legs. Allen's got an insane arm, a cannon. So I would say they're very even. It's depending on the fan, that's 1-2. Lamar Jackson, shoot. 1A, 1B, 1C, you pick where they go, essentially, right? I mean, depending on the week almost. But their defense has not been good against the run. They have very low quality safety play. And there's already talk about their DC changing or at least stepping aside. Bobby Babich has not been good for them at DC. So, they got some problems right now to work out. The Chiefs are, I feel like I got to agree. And in terms of what I'm talking about, the best of the rest and which of these teams, these 4-win teams are going to rise to the top, it's hard to not take the Chiefs, right? They look as dangerous as they could get, man, with Rashee Rice back right away. It was instant connection. It was instant dominance. I'm telling you, if they started this season with all their guys, like Worthy didn't go out, they had Rice from the start, we're probably talking about perhaps an undefeated team right now. And I think it's that simple. They look that good. Their defense has been super stingy again. And I'm going to just finish this one on my Packers. They have talent everywhere, like I said. They're arguably one of the most talented rosters in football. When you got Reed healthy, when Watson comes back, and considering the talent, they got an all-pro pass rusher, they got an all-pro safety. Gary is a freaking beast. Edgerrin Cooper looks like he's ascending to be one of the best middle linebackers in football. Quay Walker's playing out of his mind as another outside linebacker. I mean, and on the offensive side, you got dudes everywhere that can make plays on offense. I think that you're talking about maybe the most talented roster in football with the Packers. But they have a Lions problem, man. The Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs against the Buccaneers, 2 touchdowns, 218 yards. He smoked the shit out of a really good team.
Killing.
And that Lions team, you want to talk about another really talented team right there. That's a really talented team. So kind of like the Seahawks have a Rams 49ers problem in terms of rising to the top, Packers kind of got a Lions problem. I think the Lions are still overall the better team right now. But, I'll pick the Chiefs or the Packers are my two teams that, AFC team Chiefs, NFC team Packers in terms of like these are still teams that should rise to the top, definitely make the playoffs for the rest of that 4-win batch. And Panthers, man, I'll just give them props at least.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna at least shout them out.
We got to, man, because they were calling Bryce Young a bust too. So you see, we told them not to, but they kind of split carries this weekend. I don't know if you looked at the box score. Like Chupper had like 14 carries and Rico had 17, and I'm like, oh shit, here y'all go with this. But they won, so I mean,
Chuba had a good year. He had a good year last year. It wasn't world beater or anything. I think he finished with 8 most rushing yards this year. So I understand why you don't want him to completely dissolve from the offense. He did nice things. He does nice things, but like I said, I don't think he's special. Like, I'm glad Rico didn't disappear. If Rico would have disappeared, that would have been crimes against humanity.
Yeah.
If Rico would have disappeared. So, but yeah, I mean, props to them, man. I mean, I think they still need a really high draft pick. So, hey, Panthers, maybe we stop winning some of these games. You need a couple more You need a couple more, like, top 15, top 12 draft picks to really help get you over the top. But I don't know, Joey, did you got someone from this mix that you wanted to add in?
Oh, I just wanted to add to your Panthers. Did you see that they have a fan podcast, the Meow Mix? It's like a big Panthers podcast. And the fans were so pissed off at the beginning of the year because they were mad that they stopped the show. They made a whole plea to their fans. Were like, we're done. We can't handle this anymore. It's too much. It's tiring. And they wrote the whole big article came out today because they're 3-0 since they stopped their podcast.
Don't bring that shit back.
Can the guys come back? Or are they screwed for the year?
Keep them out.
They gotta go. No Meow Mix for the rest. Listen, you can tweet, you can make on Facebook, but no mics, no recording. If Bryce Young and them should go burn down their fucking studio.
The problem really started at Meow Mix.
Yeah.
First of all. You can't be the Panthers and go call Panthers podcast Meow Mix.
That's funny.
That's crazy though. That's an interesting time. I mean, Joe, we already heard about your Bears, but I mean, would you put the Bears as like, where do you think the Bears are going to finish? While we're talking to you, where do you think the Bears are going to finish in the NFC? Just, gut feeling. And is that spot good enough to make the playoffs?
Yeah, they're still a medium of the pack team. My goal with them is always, are they playing meaningful games in December, right? So that's where I view it. They're still ascending because you're right. You have a Lions problem. I have a Lions and Packers and probably Vikings problem. So until they can hop one of those teams, they're still inching their way up. So I think they're middle of the pack, but if they can get lucky with a few wins here and sniff some playoffs, I'd be ecstatic. But they're on the rise. They have not risen.
Yeah, they. I would say between the Lions and Packers, they got the third best quarterback. I mean, and that takes a little bit more. Now they might have the best head coach of the three. I think Dan Campbell's. I think personally on game day, it's Ben Johnson, LaFleur, Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's actually. I would say he's the worst coach in the NFC North because he doesn't do shit. And when he does do something or has a decision, it's crazy and erratic, and sometimes it works.
Yeah, motivational speaker. That's all he is, but he has no fucking clue what's going. Because I just get that fourth down all the time. Shit is gonna bite them in the ass again. So, y'all, he is the worst out of all of them.
Yep. All right. Well, that's kind of that.